Hey everyone, DarkDragoon here with Season 2, Episode 28 of my FTB Modpack Let's Play. So we are going to get started on something new today. It's going to involve forestry, but it's going to be different than anything we've done before. But before we do that, there is one item I want to go ahead and make. And you can probably see on my NEI, that item is the gravity gun. And it is made simply, should be like this. There we go. There's a very good reason why I'm making the gravity gun. You guys can see the gravity gun is pretty useful. You can use it to grab blocks and move them around and place them. You can pick them up again. You can also throw them. If I hurl this across the factory with a left click, it'll go flying, and here it is in the corner. And we can pick it back up and do stuff. And we're probably going to put it back, actually. So, very, very useful little tool. I don't know why I've waited so long to make it, but I definitely realized that I needed one. And there's a particular reason for it. I've been starting to build a new building over here to handle that new thing we're going to do. But these cows are driving me nuts, so we're going to move them. Very, very easy. I could launch him, but that'll kill him, and we don't really want to kill our cows. At least not yet. I'm just moving them. Right now I really have no need for cows and they're driving me a little insane. So I put a pen for them way, way back here in the... Oh, jeez. Okay. I fell down a hole. Alright, so yeah. So I'm just going to spend a couple minutes apparently moving dirt with a gravity gun. No. Just going to spend a few minutes moving these cows and then I'll be back and we'll get started on that thing I was talking about. So I'll be back. Alright, I'm back, and you guys can see I'm over at a rolling machine with a bit of steel, because we're going to make ourselves one more thing before we get into sort of what I have planned for this episode. So here we go. We have power going to our rolling machine, which, as you guys can obviously see, I don't think I pointed this out, I moved it over here into our other room. So, cool. So, what I want to make real quick is let's see here. We're going to need some carrots, which means we're going to need quite a few of these gold nuggets. There we go. And I believe this should be something like this. Yes, we're going to make 4 golden carrots, and we need a little bit more gold nuggets. We're going to have many more than we need, but that's okay. Come here. Golden carrot. Cool. And so if we put our golden carrots in like so, with a steel plate and some wood, we're going to get a feed station. And this thing is cool, but it's night, so I'll be back. Alright, so here we go. We are taking our feed... Actually, sorry, I realized there's a skeleton right here. That's actually not what I realized. What I realized was we need some wheat. No, while you can see that there aren't nearly as many cows over there as there were in here. I decided to only take a few and then cull the rest of the herd. So we're just going to grab a stack of wheat, and this should be good to go. And then we're going to run over here to our cows again. Ooh, let's pick up this XP. There we go. Kind of important. I really need to get some kind of automatic experience going at some point here in the near future, and I'm hoping to be able to get that started sooner rather than later, but that's going to still take some time for me to get all my... Come on, cow, get out of the way. Get all of my stuff together. And I want to say that's the middle. That's nowhere near the middle. Yeah, one off. How about right here? Is that the middle? That looks like the middle. Cool. So this thing is really nice. Just stick some wheat in there, and the cows will start to eat it. Excellent. And they'll breed themselves. And of course, I'll probably want to get some kind of automated way to automatically get wheat over here, but that could just be as simple as a turtle, which should be much easier to program than our other turtle, but that's for another time, I think. I think manually letting them sort of do their thing is good enough. And like I said, that whole point was to get them away from here while I was working, because that was an obnoxious noise, I'll tell you what. So, what are we going to get started on today? Well, basically, I have it in my mind to get started on some beekeeping stuff. And to do that, we're going to have to get together quite a few things. So with our cows taken care of, I'm going to go grab some stuff from inside, and then I will meet you guys probably at the crafting table. Alright, so I'm back in the factory, as you guys can see, and no, not that. We're going to run over to our rolling machine real quick, because we're going to get started on making quite a large number of our iron tank wall things. And we at this point have so many materials that I think we can afford to just sort of let this go and use up a bunch of our iron. I need to get around to wiring up that door, as you guys probably noticed from the clicking sound, but while that's going, let's pop into our project table here and get a couple things made. Well, first of all, I want to make a couple more of these biogas engines, and I only made one piston already, but realistically I want probably 2 more of these engines. And then we're going to need, let's see, we're going to need 8 total gears. Not 8, 4, because 2 per. There we go. So we've made lots of gears before. Piece of cake. Okay, and pretty simple with what we have remaining to just slap these together. There we go, a couple more biogas engines. Mostly I just want to add this to our green room because that's where we're going to be building a new machine well, technically, sorry, now I'm trying to think about what exactly I want to do. Let's actually do this first. I'm actually going to go ahead and make 2 of these because there's another separate project that I know I definitely want to do. And I might as well make the machine while I'm at it. So, I believe it is something like this. There it is. No, that's carpenters. What am I thinking of? I'm thinking of building squeezers. Okay, that's tin on the sides. Which I knew because I had tin right here. There we go. Not carpenters, squeezers. I'm going to make 2 of them. And I'm going to put one, I'm just going to slap one down in our green room for now. I mean, we're not going to really do anything with this. Oh, excuse me. Wow, I felt that sneeze coming on and I couldn't stop it. I'm sorry. Yeah. So I'm just going to slap down one of our squeezers right here. We're not going to do anything with it right now. I just want to put it there so I don't forget it. Our second squeezer, the one we're actually going to sort of focus on here, we're going to put somewhere in here. And I'm trying to think, we want to have easy access to farms for this squeezer because it's going to use seeds. And yeah, we're going to basically squeeze seeds to make seed oil. And so I'm trying to sort of look at our area here and try to decide exactly where we want to put things. Let's see. If we put a tank like so, I don't know if it'll be this big. It might be bigger. I haven't decided how big I want this tank. But if we put a tank there, let's see, we could put, I kind of want to make sure the squeezer has plenty of room. And mostly I think it's going to be largely automated, but so we won't have to go into it too often. So let's just put it right there and take a look. Pretty simple thing. Yeah, it's actually really simple. Basically, we should just be able to give this thing some Buildcraft power and put our items in our squeezer here, and that's going to squeeze those items into liquid. In this case, we're going to be squeezing seeds into seed oil, and then we're going to make a tank here to store all of it. So cool. So let's go ahead and get our, I think we're going to need to make quite a few more energy conduits because I think I may be starting to run a little bit low on those. But we can go ahead and put down a couple more biogas engines, and we're going to need some lava to get them going, of course. Yeah, 28 energy conduits is not looking particularly good for us. I'm going to go ahead and grab our iron walls and such. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm thinking we're gonna need more of this, because I think we're just gonna use the biogas engines and basically just run power straight off of the redstone tube there, or the redstone energy cell. There we go. I forgot to grab lava while I was in there. I can probably do that off camera in just a minute. So flowing out, flip you around, flip you around. Cool. So these things should have plenty of biomass, but they need lava, like I said. Do we have a spare bucket? That is the question. No, we just have a water bucket. Oh, I'll just make another one, just so I can do this all in one go. There we go. So lava bucket, lava bucket. Cool. And we'll run back. Lava in. It shouldn't start up immediately because it needs... Oh, how is it getting a redstone signal? That's interesting. Honestly, not sure how it's getting a redstone signal at the moment. It's a little bit bewildering. Is it? But you know what? I am not going to argue or complain. It's doing what I want it to, so yeah. Let's increase the input on the redstone energy cell because obviously it's going to need it. And we're going to increase the output as well. Oh, what happened? Oh, yeah, our energy cell just increased, that's all. It filled up, so it stopped. So for now, this is going to actually run faster in here, but we actually aren't going to have it do that for long. So, okay, this is going to be a little bit tricky to just run this power across like this, because I definitely, yeah, it's going to be a little bit tricky, but I think we can do it. And I'm definitely sure we're going to need more of that. Now let's take a look at our energy cell and see where we can have stuff running out. See, I don't really want to have it. We don't have a lot of room in here, so I don't want it necessarily to be very in the way. So that's what's probably going to eat up quite a few of our redstone energy conduits. I want it flowing out. And probably around. No, we don't want it to go. See what I mean? This is going to be a little bit tricky. I'm going to have to kind of snake it around so it's not. I don't even really want it there either. Kind of want it so that we can use this as a way to get through here. So what we could do is just do this and then cover it back up. Oh, not there. Yeah. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go in, make some more energy conduits, and then I'll be back. Alright, so I pretty much just ran our power down there, and I'm gonna be a little careful not to fall because I think I saw a creeper spawn just a little bit ago. But yeah, so we can see we have got some power here, and if we put some seeds in, you can see it'll clear up, and it should start to run. And yeah, there it goes. Very, very easy. It's not going to produce a lot of seed oil per our seeds, but it should be good to run for a good amount of time. You guys can see the little arrows going, and we are producing seed oil. Excellent. And it is slowly starting to fill. And it's going to chew through seeds pretty quickly, but yeah, cool. So by now, our iron tank wall pieces should be about finished. Let's go take a quick look at that. You should be here. Yeah, we'll just make it do one more. Actually, that should do us for now. Obviously, it was stuck. So let's go ahead and put together our stuff for we should have enough valves. We do need some more of the glass though. And so I'm going to grab, that should do us. Oh, hey, apparently I have some glass panes sitting there too. I'm just going to make, oh, what the heck. There we go. And should be something like this. There we go. And, how many of these do I want to make? Probably. We'll just make that many. That's probably more than we'll need, but I kind of want to make sure that we're covered. And probably going to make more of these than we're going to need as well. But once again, I like to think ahead a little bit. Make sure things are taken care of. So, we'll pop over here. Let's, should have just a few liquiducts in here. Enough to be able to move our seed oil over. Now, obviously, I think what's going to happen is I'm going to need to speed up this farm, and I'm probably going to add some more peat engines to it. But for now, I'm not in a huge rush to get that set up. I'm not in a huge rush to speed that up. So, should just be able to, just like we had before. I think this will be a good enough size of a tank. Yeah, I think it'll work fine. Sort of trying to think about exactly how I want to do this. How tall I want this to be, and where other machines are going to go. Because we are going to need another machine. Oh, that was probably taller than I really wanted it to be. Actually, let's check to see how tall our tanks are over here. So that might be a good gauge. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tall. I think at the moment these are 5. Yes, these are 5. So one more should do it. Actually, we'll just cap it right here. And that should be 6. Cool. And as always, glass. I think we're actually going to have just enough. There we go. And I'll put another valve there. Meant to put the one on top first, but oh well. There we go. Cool, we got ourselves a tank. Now, we're gonna need, whoops, not what I wanted to do. I was trying to put that there. Should be able to do that. And we'll just need a lever, which I believe we have in our canvas bag. Yep. I knew there was a reason I was keeping those in there. Lever. Boom. There we go. And it'll start to fill up our iron tank with seed oil. Excellent. I'm not even sure how much seed oil we had developing in there, but that should do the trick. So, with that done, the only other thing we're going to need is we're going to have to make another carpenter. I don't know why I didn't go ahead and make that earlier when I accidentally made one, but it shouldn't be too difficult to make. We have all the materials we need. Just one sturdy casing, pull that out of there, and a couple glass should give us a carpenter. Cool. And it's almost night, so I'm gonna throw this down and then probably sleep through that. That was the best way. No, we're gonna have to make it go one away from the valve. So, why not put it there? And then we'll have a liquiduct running out of the tank on the side, and just over to there. I don't mind it being a little visible, that's fine. Cool. So let me sleep through the night, and I'll show you guys what we can do with this. Alright, so it is day again, and I'm just pretty much opening up the valve here, And a lever right there should work. And our seed oil will start to flow that away into our carpenter. And if we take some wood here, we can make a couple different things. First thing we're going to be making is an impregnated casing. It's going to need power as well. I don't think that's going to be enough of that. That's kind of bad. It's kind of not a good thing. I equip my sword because, like I said, there might still be a creeper. Whoa! Okay, that scared me a little. I was surprised, but luckily he didn't actually destroy anything of value. I really don't know why I spawned down here because it's pretty bright down here. Oh well, we'll fix up, make this look better later. But I think we have a small problem, and that is not nearly enough of these conduits. And I think I'm out of obsidian as well. So I'm going to have to go get some of that, and then I'm going to make up a bit more of this, and then when I come back, we should be able to see this thing start working. Okay, so I'm back, and got myself a good supply of our conduits here. And we're just going to run it basically along the wall like so. And that should hook up to our system up there, and I'm going to... Oh, where'd my wrench go? There it is. Just fix this up a little bit. There we go. Cool. So let's jump upstairs and take a look at what's going on in our carpenter now. You can see it went ahead and produced one of these impregnated casings. And I'm actually going to let it produce, I'm thinking, oh, one more. That should do. We'll start with 2. And then we're probably also going to want to start making some of these impregnated sticks. So I'm just going to let that run, oh, a couple times maybe. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, so what do we do with these things? So we're going to use them to make apiaries to get our beekeeping started. Because, yeah, I think it's about time to do that. So if I recall, we're going to need a bit of wooden planks. Let's take a look. I'm not sure if the recipe is here in NEI. It is. So we're just going to take one of our impregnated casings with some wooden planks and some slabs to make our apiaries. And we're going to probably make 2 of them to start with, I think. And we're going to need a bit more slabs than that. There we go. That should do the trick. So, just like so. Should get us 2 apiaries. Excellent. So these things are really easy to use. Now, they are eventually, once we get this building finished being built around it, I'll do that off camera at some point. Once we get it built, we're basically want to make sure that this room is going to have grass basically all along the floor here, and then it's going to have probably a glass ceiling, because the bees will need to be able to have a line of sight to the sky. And I'm actually not sure exactly how much space I gave myself to work with here, but we'll go something like that to start with. You guys can see the UI here. Basically, we're going to put our bees over here, our drones go here, and our princesses here, and they'll develop into a queen, which will start to run. We're also going to need some of those impregnated sticks to make these frames, which basically help boost the output of the apiary. So there's a couple different ways. You could just use sticks and some string, and that's the basic frame, and it's the weakest. Then you can also make impregnated frames, which is probably what we're going to make to start with. So I'm actually not sure how many sticks did we have getting made here. We have 10. Let's actually do 16. That way we can make 2 frames. You can definitely see we're going to need quite a bit of wood and seed oil sort of going forward in the process of our beekeeping. I'm also going to need some not sticks, but string. That's the word I was looking for. So I'm going to grab some of that. And I'm also going to grab, while we're in here, grab some sticks and a bit of wool. So, oh yeah, I forgot hitting our So we're just going to grab a stack of string, should be good. So we can basically just take our impregnated sticks with a bit of string in the middle. Will give us our impregnated frames. And we're going to make 2 of them. They don't stack, however. The next thing we're going to make is we're going to need, that should do, we're going to need a little tool so that we can actually collect ourselves some bees, and that is a scoop. So cool. Pretty much just sort of setting up the infrastructure that we're going to need for our beekeeping use. So let's just toss these frames in here. You can see each of these apiaries can hold up to 3 frames total. And there we go. So now that that's done, let's grab our scoop, and we're going to need to find ourselves some beehives out in the wild. Now, bees, they have a certain traits that define their tolerance for heat and humidity. And so since we're sort of setting these guys up in a meadow, probably the best thing to do is look around the meadow for bees. So here's one hive. You can see basically we'll just take our scoop and we'll whack it. And sometimes you get some combs out of it, which is cool. But more importantly, you get these princesses and drones. So we're just going to go try to find another one. Maybe, let's see if this looks like a forest over here. And I believe the forest bees should also be fine in a meadows climate. So let's just go over here and see if we can find some. This should count as a forest. Let's see here. It's a mini jungle apparently. That's not really what we want. I think I'm gonna explore around for a little while off camera until I find a forest, and when I find, this is a jungle hive, but we'll go ahead and hit that and get some jungle bees. Unfortunately, we won't be able to really develop those bees in that spot. We'd have to set up another place for them out in a jungle environment, but yeah, I'm going to basically just explore around. I'm going to look for a forest, and when I find, there's another meadows hive. When I find a forest that has some bees in it, I'll be back. Alright, so we're actually over near our Thaumcraft base, and I found another beehive, and I'm honestly not sure what kind it is, because I'm not familiar with what the texture pack makes it look like, so we're just going to hit it and see what happens. Something green. Tropical? No. Marshy. Okay, that's interesting. Apparently green hills produce marshy bees. I still haven't found any forest bees, and I'm not too happy about that. I definitely want to try to find some of those, so yeah, it looks like I'm going to have to keep exploring around, so hopefully when I find some, I'll be back. Alright, we have searched high and low and managed to find ourselves a forest biome, and I think I found a forest hive over here. They like to be up in the trees, and it's the only one I've seen, and I've been running around this forest for quite a little while, so let's hit this and see what we get. Alright, yep, forest drones. Excellent. So cool. So now that we've got ourselves a good collection of bees, we could probably use a few more, but like I said, that was the first forest hive that I had come across, so probably best just to go with what we have and we'll deal with the consequences. So yeah, so I'm quite a far way away from the factory, as you can probably see from our 617 meters from the factory. So I'm gonna just run back, and I'll meet you guys back there. Alright, so we're back at our apiaries, and it's starting to become night, but I can go ahead and start throwing this stuff in. Now, bees are going to need a couple different things, and like I said, what they're going to need is they're going to need a clear view to the sky. Most of them will need it to be day, although some of them are nocturnal and will work at night. And they're also going to need flowers, different kinds of flowers depending on the type of bee. You guys can see I've got myself actually a couple more forest bees than I had when last you saw. I did manage to find 2 more hives on the way back. So I'm just going to take our forest bees and put them in there, and you'll see the little bar will go, and then the drone will go away, and we'll have a queen. So obviously, like I said, this isn't going to run because it's night, but I'm going to go ahead and throw the Meadows Princess in there and one of our Meadows drones, and that's going to run as well. And before I get jumped and killed by a creeper, I'm going to sleep through the night. Okay, so as you can see, it is day, and we do have a Meadows Queen and a Forest Queen over here, and they are running. Now, um, let's see. Apparently they're fine with the flowers they have, but I'm just gonna plop down some more, just in case. I'm actually not sure if they like buttercups, but we'll throw a couple of those down. Okay, as you can see, it looks like they finally realized, hey, we don't have any flowers nearby, so if we give it a second, we'll see if they even like buttercups. They might not. They might only like the vanilla flowers. Don't seem to be going. What if I put down a couple flowers nearby? Should, and there they go. So they do. So they don't like the buttercups, but they do like the roses and the yellow flowers. So there they go. So this will actually run pretty slowly. So basically what's going to happen is they're going to produce these honeycombs, and some different types of bees will produce different kinds of honeycombs, and sometimes they'll produce some other cool bee materials. And basically once this, you can see this little bar over here, this represents the queen's lifespan. And when this runs down, the queen will die and we'll end up with a princess and one to usually three drones, depending on how many that the particular bee will produce. And then of course we can breed them back together and get another bee. So I'm just going to let this kind of go for a little while, and we're probably getting pretty close to the point where we need to call this episode. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to let these run. You can see they've already produced some honeycombs. I'm going to let these run until they die, and then when we come back next episode, we'll pick up right sort of from there, and I'll show you guys crossbreeding. So look forward to that. So yeah, I think that was a pretty productive episode. I think we got a lot of stuff done, so I'm pretty happy with it. So this has been episode 28 of Dark Dragoon's Feed the Beast Modpack Let's Play Season 2. Hope you guys enjoyed watching, and stay tuned for next episode. Catch you guys later.